Hey everyone, Skull902 back here for another part of Donkey Kong Country 3. So, we're going here in Cottontop Cove, which, again, I feel is a really cool choice that you get between this and Mechanos World 4 in, like, the middle of the hub world. I'm playing this one first as opposed to my original playthrough where I did Mechanos first, because when I was doing that original playthrough, I went through the Mechanos levels. And then I did this world, and I was like, well, shit. These are, slightly less difficult. So, they give you the choice, but at the same time, I think that they clearly intended for this one to be the one that you go third. So that's why I'm doing that. Plus, I quite like the boss of Mechanos as opposed to the boss in this world. And as far as the normal worlds are concerned, just for like straight up beating the game, there's 4 after this one, and I also like the final boss. So if I can get 2 out of 4 good bosses that I like in the last 4 worlds, then hey, good. Especially because the bosses in worlds 5 and 6, I'm not so big a fan of. So yeah, good shit there. Now before I really move on to the levels and shit, how about a fun fact about the production of this LP? With all the commentary woes that I've been having recording this, I find it kind of funny that this is the first part that I recorded completely first try, and then I got rid of the commentary because I felt I underperformed. So monkey dude willing, that wasn't meant to be a wordplay joke, but monkey dude willing, I am able to perform better on this than I did the first time around. So pray for me. But now that that's out of the way, all the introductions are done. This is the first water level in this game, and I feel like the water levels are up to the standard of the first 2 games. I should get that out of the way right now. I like Mario-style swimming levels, which these basically are, And there's none of them in this game that I really hate. So I think that's good. Because most people hate water levels, and because I have experience with like the Mario style ones, like I honestly haven't been able to see it. So I should probably play a game like Ocarina of Time or something, do the water temple, and then maybe I'll get an understanding for why water levels are so despised, as it were. But as far as these ones go, they Gucci. But I do want to mention the controls a bit. On guard here, he feels the same, but like the swimming, just the straight up swimming feels a little heavier and slower, which I suppose makes sense. We are in the water after all. But at the same time, I never felt in the first 2 games that I had to use the run button to swim at a normal pace in the water, but in this game I do. So it's a very minor difference. You get used to it, at least from my point of view. But it is a difference to take note of and whatnot, or at least that's just the way that it feels to me in these levels. So yeah. Just before my main talking point this part, I do want to give some special mention to a animal buddy that we're going to be seeing either in this level or another one in this world. One of the new ones, Perry. You know, he's a bird. I know that he has like a full name, but I'm like drawing a blank on what it is. But the important part is that his given name is Perry. And you know, he follows you around. He's parallel to you, actually. So, like, you run, and Perry's flying just above you. And he can take out certain enemies, and find certain goodies for you and whatnot. Like, he's not actively looking out for goodies, but, you know, he can poke around and maybe you'll get something you weren't expecting. So yeah, that's Perry. I like to call him Help Bird. So I probably will call him Help Bird for the duration of this playthrough, because I think it's funny. But he showed up last part, and I didn't mention him. I feel it's a good thing to mention, you know, the new animal buddies and what they do, what their purpose is, and all that. So yeah. Now then, on to the main point of this LP. I feel like it's time to talk a little bit more about Kiddy Kong, because I forgot to mention something in the first part, and then there was a talking point that I wanted to make in the second part that I didn't have enough time to do. And like in the first part, it was about Kiddy's abilities. I mentioned the smashing through platforms and stuff to find secrets, which oh, there's Perry. Like I mentioned that that they seldom do after the first world. We are going to see it at one point in this world, and it's utterly useless in that level. But I mentioned that. I mentioned the skipping stones move that I had to cut from this LP. But like those abilities aside, and ignoring how he carries barrels like Diddy in front of him as opposed to above. Like, he's basically just Donkey Kong with a infant aesthetic. And it's to the point where, like, when I was a kid and we had this game, you know, because I didn't play it and didn't see too much of it, I misremembered. Like, I thought that this was a Donkey and Dixie game for a long time, but that is not the case. It's Kiddy and Dixie, and you know, kind of feels weird that they felt the need to make a new character, to be perfectly honest, but they did. So, you know, that's what we're left with. But on the note of that description I gave him, you know, Donkey Kong with a baby aesthetic or infant aesthetic, I was thinking that maybe I should do another one of my cartoon recaps that I like to do in these LPs, and if that's something you enjoy, then you're in for a treat. If not, I'm sorry. You know, sometimes I run out of shit to talk about, and this is a nice way to keep on the subject of the franchise at hand. You know, so please bear with me. So, I want to do a recap of the episode Ape Fu Young, because it's about Donkey Kong turning into a baby, and I'm going to have to hurry up a little bit. But the episode starts off with Cranky singing a little song about, you know, how he's old, but he can still keep up and whatnot. But unfortunately for him, K. Rool and his goons ambush him and hang him up on a coat hanger. And they're about to steal the crystal coconut when Donkey and Diddy come in. They hide, the Kremlings, that is. And, you know, even though he's just on a coat hanger, for some reason this impedes Cranky's ability to talk clearly. So he can't point out K. Rool and the gang. But they do retreat without taking the crystal coconut, so that's good. Donkey and Diddy came to borrow Cranky's vacuum. They take it without like even giving mind to Cranky or his situation. Cranky wishes that he was 40 years younger, and the crystal coconut gives him a vision of his younger self who convinces him to make a fucked up potion with like macaroni and cheese and chocolate syrup and like powdered yo-yos. Like he grounds up yo-yos into a powder and mixes into this drink to make himself physically like 40 years younger. And I gotta mention, his voice actor is also doing the younger Cranky, which I find pretty funny because, like, you know, you can still tell that he's an old man. The guy was in his 60s when he was voice acting for the show. So, like, he's giving it a shot, but, you know, he still sounds like an old guy doing all this, like, slang and shit. Kind of funny. But, like, Cranky successfully uses the formula. He raids K. Rool's place, but then gets captured, like, immediately. Which I find to be a disgrace. Cranky Kong, like, from the games would have absolutely fucked up K. Rool's shit. But Donkey Kong breaks the vacuum. Supposedly breaks because I guess they couldn't afford to make a broken vacuum model. It looks exactly the same. But that's aside from the point. They sheepishly go back to Cranky's, notice that he's gone. And then Donkey Kong finds the potion in the fridge and takes a swig. And even though it happened, like, right behind him in the treehouse, Diddy, for some reason, doesn't notice that Donkey Kong has turned into a baby. Like, right up until seeing him in Donkey Kong's house. So that's weird, but this causes a problem because, you know, Donkey Kong had a date with Candy. He was gonna do lunch with her, but now he can't because he's a baby. So Diddy makes up the story when Candy arrives about DK actually being Donkey Kong's nephew, Baby Kong. Which I find rather amusing because they reused that model in a later episode and used that exact, like, fucking excuse or lore or whatever, you know, explanation that he was DK's nephew, so that, whatever, fucking weird. So, Diddy freaks out, and he goes back to Cranky's, while Candy takes Baby Kong to the Barrel Works to babysit, where a whole bunch of hijinks happen, and DK eventually escapes. Diddy, after performing another verbal assault on my ears, that is to say, again, singing a song, finds that the escaped Cranky, who has had the effects of the potion, like, wear off and whatnot. You know, he's being forced by the Kremlings to use the crystal coconut and whatnot. And Cranky's stalling for time, obviously, but, you know, that's the situation he finds himself in. Diddy, like, completely pusses out. You know, little bastard. Being like, well, I don't want to be a hero that bad. But eventually, the scene goes on, and Baby Kong, Baby Donkey Kong, like, completely fucks up K. Rool's day. Like, this is a savage baby. And he and Diddy make off with the crystal coconut back to Donkey Kong's house, where he sends Clump and a few critters to do, like, the worst disguise mission in the world because they're out in the open, like, in very conspicuous barrels. But somehow it turns out to be all right for them because they launch a successful attack on Donkey Kong's house after after DK as a baby tricks them into thinking that they're firing upon the Kremlings. It's kind of funny because like he's making the most obviously fake gun sounds in the world, but Clump thinks those are being attacked. That doesn't matter. They send a bunch of claptraps out there. They saw Diddy and baby DK out to ground level, where K. Rool once again tries cooing at the baby and whatnot to get the crystal coconut, but poor guy, man, he's not good with kids. K. Rool is just not good with kids whatsoever. And eventually the aging potion wears off. Donkey Kong is back into adult form. K. Rool's basically just like, oh shit, Donkey Kong. Okay, I lost. So actually, K. Rool has surrendered. And despite surrendering, Donkey Kong punches him in the face. Oh, goodness. Punches him in the face and saves the day, essentially. We don't really learn the fate of what happened to Candy or Bluster because there was a whole situation with the barrels and whatnot. But I presume they got everything all cleaned up after the disappearance of Baby Donkey Kong. But DK saved the day, and that was the episode Ape Fu Young. So yeah, it's one of the weirder episodes, I think. Because, like, there's a few instances, like, say, the, how should I say, absurdity of, somehow Cranky can't talk despite the fact that he's just on a coat hanger. Or, the broken vacuum, just say it's broken. But... it's a fine enough episode. It's exactly what you'd expect, I think, from the series. I completely forgot to mention the reason why the vacuum gets broken in the first place is because, like, I guess when he's in possession of a vacuum, Donkey Kong goes fucking crazy and he thinks that he's in, like, the Indianapolis 500 or whatever. The Congo Bongo 500. And he acts like a race car driver. He's going absolutely fucking wild with the vacuum, but... Again, Ape Fu Young, a strange episode, though, like, with all the production errors and stuff, I do gotta give them credit. Fine detail that I've noticed is that the young Cranky, like, he still has a beard. He's got, like, a dark spot under his chin that's very clearly, like, hair textured, so he still does have a beard. It's just not as long. So, I think that people miss out on that detail. But I'm glad that it's there. If there's one piece of continuity that they could actually stick to, it was that. So good shit. Now this level, I can mention it very brief. You have this fish following you, and eating the urchins makes him angry. So you got to eat the clownfish in order to not only satiate his appetite, but also. Keep him nice and calm. If you're good enough, you can just swim really fast and ignore all of this. And you'll make it out fine, but that's basically the premise of this level is you gotta keep the fish happy and, just don't feed him any urchins. Which, I can understand that mindset, certainly, because... urchins are going to be a thing in one of those boss fights that I mentioned earlier, and fuck that boss fight, seriously. I'll get to it when I get to it, but for now, just, fuck that boss fight. Speaking of boss fights, we are just about to encounter the next one here. This is Squirt's Showdown that we have opened the path to. And Squirt is a creature of indeterminate species. Like, I don't think, like, he looks kind of snail-like, but who knows what he actually is. He seems to be embedded in the cliff. But basically, you gotta use Ellie here and have her shoot the water drops at Squirt's eyes. Squirt can't directly, hurt you or anything, but he does have the water spraying thing. And basically, it's just the amount of times that the water will spray around, and that you got to do some platforming and whatnot. If you're standing on the opposite ledge, the direction of the water will change, so you gotta, strategize. You gotta keep in mind what side of the ledge that you want to stay on, and get used to the pattern and whatnot. But if you keep that in mind, it's none too bad. I kicked his Klasky Chupo looking ass no problem. So yeah. That just about does it for part 3. Thanks for sticking with me throughout all of it, and I'll see you guys in Mechanos next time. I have been Skull902. Thank you for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day.